have to like pull this down because yeah. So I am live once again. Um, in the process of clearing up my room because it's a mess, a complete mess. So is my hair. But I'm still here. I haven't used my clip in a while. Oh, look it, look it, look it. It's KH3. Got a poster. Well, it's not really. It's like a flag. It's more like a flag. It's like a material, and you get that for like pre-ordering the game. Goes well with my Stormblood poster for Final Fantasy. I'm such a nerd. Anyway, let me get off of my bed like this. So, um, I am currently like editing. Like I just started editing a video, and it's actually about waves. Somebody was telling me that they missed the live stream, and even though they watched it, they still wanted me to do like a video on what I thought about waves. So I kind of did that, and then I also kind of did a little bit of an analysis of the Billboard charts and where we're sitting at, uh, and kind of just how I feel, what I think about Seven Rings as a song. A whole bunch of other stuff is going on, and I'll probably talk about it in another video. But for right now, something came up on my timeline, and it was interesting. And there's a couple of YouTubers talking about it. There's a couple of bloggers talking about it, and I guess like in the midst of all of this Grammys talk, I guess a little like some people are a little um, taken back by the fact that Normani wasn't really like honored at the Grammy. She wasn't nodded. Love Lies didn't get like a nomination and all this and that. I'm just like, I mean, I didn't really expect it, but okay, I see. And then somebody came out and said, oh, like why isn't Normani like supported and why isn't she looked at the same way as an LMA or Cardi B and all what they do. So I feel like it's necessary to identify with colorism when it is a thing, and it definitely is a thing a lot of the time. We know why Normani was one of the most mistreated in Fifth Harmony. We know why. We know why people do the things that they do. We know why they treat her the way that they treat her. Colorism is a thing, but we have to be careful about the way that we actually spin the narratives. We have to be careful about the way that we identify with colorism when it is actually um, when it's applicable and when it's not applicable. And in the situation of the whole Grammys thing, and the situation of comparisons, it's kind of, I mean, it's not really, it's just not. Okay, so when it comes to comparing Normani to an LMA or a Cardi B, let's first talk about the fact that Normani is brand new. Not new to the industry, but new as a solo artist. And and she doesn't even have a full project out yet. Let us wait until she actually has a full project out and starts promoting that full project with a lot of, um, a lot of singles, like a lot of like solo singles. Every single song that she has put out up until now has been a collaboration with another artist, whether it be another singer or just a producer like Calvin Harris. So we have to be very careful about the way that we spin that narrative, how, and when we use the colorism word and when we use that argument, we have to be sure that there is no other thing, there's no other, like, there's no other arguments. People, um I don't find that to be that true. I mean, Normani is in kind of like an uncategorizable category, if that makes sense. In that she is versatile in the way that she can pretty much sing anything. Just like any one of them can sing anything, but some of them just decided to be more like, R&B ish. But I wouldn't even put SZA into the category of R&B either. Like she's R&B, but she's not like completely there either. If you listen to Waves and if you listen to Love Lies, you could hear SZA singing those songs. Maybe not in the same way, but it does kind of have the same, like kind of like similar tones, that dark atmospheric R&B that she usually, puts out there. So I wouldn't even say that, she's not relatable as an artist, but again, she's still finding herself. These other artists have been solo longer than she has. So give her some time to actually put out a full album, to actually put out a full project before we go in and try to, make it a big like colorism thing, because I want it to be clear that I see it. I see it. I always see it, and I always identify it, and I always tell it. I always say, "Oh, you know what? I know that there's a colorism issue, but in this instance, to pit, other women of color against each other in this instance and compare them that way, it's a little toxic, just a little bit, just because I know that we are getting some good things from her, and I don't want to make it about color for her in that aspect until we know for sure, until we know that this is actually something. Like if she puts out this album and it is successful but she still doesn't get anything, then we can call out colorism, because then that point we will have a whole lot of evidence to back it up. Right now we don't have any evidence to back up those claims because she hasn't put out that much music, she hasn't done that much promotion, she's been scaling her way up, but we have to be patient. And a lot of people, they want her to be so successful so soon. I'm just like, listen, we have to make sure that it's the right time and that she's taking her time. We don't want it to be a rush thing. I mean, look at how Camila was received at the Grammys. People liked her, but there was a lot of people who really were not feeling her like that. That I saw all over social media. There was a lot of people who really weren't feeling her like that because they were sick of the song, they were sick of her, the way that she performed the song. They were like kind of just over it. So, you don't want that to happen to your favorite artists. And so I definitely don't want that to happen to Normani. So I want everything to be calculated. And I want everyone else to be, understanding that Rome wasn't built in a day, and you can't expect a new solo artist to just spring up out of nowhere. You know, the likes of LMA and Cardi B, they've been working on their careers since 2014-15 as solo artists, while Normani was still being understaged in a girl group, you know. So that was around the time they were releasing their first album. SZA like Macy Gray. Listen, she sounds a lot like Macy Gray. Sometimes that scratchy kind of I don't like her tone sometimes. They just don't have enough oomph like the older artists had. Listen, that's why I'm trying to get myself out here. I wonder what people will think. Now, I did put out this trash cover of Demonstrate, and I didn't really put it out. I just kind of like let you guys hear what I've been working on, just because like I got so sick of the way that it sounded to me. I was just like, okay, I need a bunch of like, I need some other opinions on it. So I just need to know like if it sounded okay, or if like it definitely needs work. I didn't even finish mixing it, but I know it definitely needs work. But I just like I don't know. I just felt really really bad about the way that it sounded, about the way that my voice sounded on it. So I was just like, oh God, like what do I do? Um, I don't know why I just got onto that topic, but yeah, when it comes to that, we do have to be careful. Um, because when we start putting colorism and stuff out there, then like other people start talking about it, and people that we don't want to talk about it start talking about it, and then it becomes like a big thing. Some notes on divorce. Yeah, the only problem that I have is that when I recorded it, I did not actually like I had just woken up too. I have to get in the habit of like not doing that, or if I do that, then I have to like prep myself before I start singing. So like, and then yeah, so uh, some of the high notes are like, and it's hard because that key is so weird. I kept feeling myself going off in a lot of the parts, and I'm just like, like it's so bad because when you know that you're going off and you just can't stop it, sometimes it's just like, wow. The way that it was, because I had to transpose it for it to be a little bit more like comfortable, and even then it was kind of weird. I tried transposing it again and how one and a half step, but I just left it at a step because I didn't want it to be too low either. Um, but it's just like it's a work in progress. We'll see how it goes. But at the same time, like I am very, very aware of the different things that I have to work on as as my vocals, as far as micro vocals are concerned. I already know what I have to work, and that's the reason why I'm so critical of everyone else that I view on this channel, because I know what good is supposed to sound like, and if it doesn't sound good, then it bothers me because I know that I have the same issues sometimes, or uh, that when you sound a certain way, it bothers. I know it bothers the singer themselves, and it also bothers me, so I have to point it out. Can you hit phase with the octave? Pass phase or pass? I can sing in the fifth octave. It's just lately it's been like kind of crazy, especially with the weather. Like yesterday it was kind of warm. Today it's cold and snowing. Tomorrow it's gonna be 50 degrees, and I'm just like, oh my god, it's causing me to not even have any. Like I've been trying to drink the tea with the lemon and honey in order to get myself under control, and it works for like half the day, and then after that it's just like crap, you know. Um, but I did record a song called No Good, in which I do like go and whew, I do go into the fifth octave. It's just like it's harder now because I have to go and re-record that song on the 28th. I have to go back and re-record the song, and I don't know if I'll be able to actually hit that note, but I want to be able to. So I've been trying to conserve my voice, and that's another reason why I haven't been like doing any videos too, is because I want to preserve what I do have. There's also something else going on with me. I have to go to the doctor. I have to go see an ENT specialist in order to see what's going on too, because it's a problem. It's a problem. Sometimes I wake up in the morning and I can barely speak, and that's a problem for me because I've never had this issue. And there's also like breathing problems too. I always talk about breathing, and like for some reason lately, it's just been difficult for me. I don't know. Something is going on. Hold on a second. Phrase. Um, Probably not right now. uh, but yeah, no, no, not this, but not in the probably not in the fifth octave. Probably not. It's not something that I'm like trying to see now. Like, what the hell? Probably not. There's still a lot of things that I don't know about my own voice. Sometimes I surprise myself, and then I have to figure out what it is that I did. Um, for a while, I kind of stuck to the same kind of singing. I didn't really start to get into the more complex areas of vocals until like 2016, maybe a little before that. But before I was very like um, very basic when it came to the vocals. I wouldn't say basic necessarily, but because I have brought people to tears like singing freaking Circle of Life. But it's not that it was basic necessarily, but I just I lack the control that I have now, and even so, even now, sometimes I lack control, but it's just because I'm lazy. When I actually put my mind, like when I actually put my all into it, I can push it through. Because even even with the demonstrate cover, people go crazy over the runs. I'm just like these runs. I don't even think about what I'm doing half the time. I just it just kind of goes and it goes along with whatever I do, and I'm just like okay, run it through. All right, that sounded okay. Maybe let's put that. Um, but yeah, the only no. Okay, so my falsetto is pretty good. Like nothing. I never force out the falsetto. Um, but I do know like when I belted, that was a little bit forced only because I hesitated and see when I hesitate, that's a problem. When you hesitate, it causes you to not actually breathe. And I did not breathe before I went into that belt for the come over part, which is it's very evident. And I just kept it there because I did not I re-recorded it and actually, I re-recorded it and it sounded better, but for some reason I left that on and muted the other one. I should have muted the one that sounded forced and kept the other one. That's just again, figuring out these programs is a mess. Hmm. But anyway, back on what we were supposed to be talking about. Can't see you. Everything is dark. I have the light on. You can't see me? What the hell? Uh, can you at least hear me? Everyone's leaving, so I guess they can't see me. That's crazy. I'm probably gonna end up going live on Instagram. I've actually never been live on Instagram. I don't, I don't know. I mean, I have this bright ass light that's broken. Um, don't, my bed needs help. Recently got a new bed and I need to get a new frame for it. I'm probably gonna get a platform. I don't feel like all that extra stuff. My mother has a whole like fortress for a bed. So, um, so anyway, back to there's only so much that we can say because anytime that I feature Normani on one of my lives or in one of my videos, I can only really talk about her for like 5 to 10 minutes before I'm just like, okay, let's move on to the next thing. Um, so it was something about oh my god. Now, see, I hate when I get on here. I should start writing notes about like the topics because I honestly came on mostly to talk about the Normani situation, but then there was something else too and I'm upset that I can't remember what the hell it was. Damn. But I should get back to editing. I just started actually. I just started, and even then, it probably won't be done until tomorrow. And tomorrow, I have a date. Oh God, we're just doing too much. I'm trying to have kind of a social life, and we'll see how that goes. I recently performed. If you follow me on Instagram, you'll see some of the stuff from my performance. Uh, it was just like local place. They did an open mic or whatever, and I just kind of jumped on. I was like, okay, let me go and do that. I'm trying to do another one in Jersey. Any people that follow me from Jersey, there's this little like cafe in yeah, it's like this yeah, it's like a cafe yoga bar type of thing. I don't know. My friend, she does the open mic there every other Thursday, and I performed there once, and I'm gonna do it again the next time they have one. It's in Roselle. It's called Omi's. They have an Instagram page too. I'm about to see if I can put myself on the list for next week. Wait, so who are your influences? Well, Seeing as I did a video about her, everybody knows that one of my biggest influences is Brandy. Although somebody did get upset at the fact that oh gosh. Although somebody did get upset at the fact that that I made it seem like Brandy was the only person who had everything to do with whatever beef that was going on between her and Monica. That wasn't really the aim at all. I just said that pretty much it seemed like it was one sided because of the fact that she was the only one who was extremely vocal about it. Um, and I'm just like, okay, it just doesn't, it's not a good look for you to be out here with all of this crap, and it just didn't look good. That's all I'm saying. It's like hopefully she put aside whatever she was holding out onto, and then that was it. I wasn't blaming her for all because I know stuff goes on that we don't know about. Like obviously, come on, not stupid. But at the same time, we as the public, we only can like judge on what we consume, what we publicly consume, what we see. And that's the only thing that I was seeing. And I was just like, okay, that's my fave. I want to, take her side, but at the same time, like I just don't understand it. Anyway, um, have you ever heard of Jade Nova? I don't think that there's a person out here who hasn't heard of Jade Nova. I love her so much. Um, I actually haven't heard any of her original stuff. I just like her Beyonce impressions. That's like what she's mostly known for is her Beyonce impressions. But back to my influences. One of my biggest influences, and sometimes you can hear it. I think that sometimes I do mirror him a little bit when it comes to especially my falsetto. Um, Brian McKnight, I love him so much. Oh my gosh. And I feel like he's so underrated. Like people identify with Brian McKnight, and they do identify with his talent, but I don't think that they realize just how talented he is. Not only is he like a bomb vocalist, he also plays multiple. He plays several instruments, including piano, guitar, bass. He plays trumpet. I think he also plays saxophone and trombone. Like he plays so many. He also plays drums. Like he is multi-talented, and he gets nothing. He's another artist that he's been nominated for I think 16 Grammys, has won zero. So I'm just like, really? I'm like, okay, that's crazy. That's crazy. But I mean, it happens out here. There's people who go unnoticed. I mean, oh, it's so sad. But that's the world we live in. Um, so yes, Brandy, Brian McKnight. Um, there's so many people. There's so many people. Gosh. Um, hmm. I would say that Shiny is an influence as well. Shiny and FX are influences, stylistically, musically. I tend to look at them when I am like kind of coming up with what sound I want to have because um, because they are so versatile in the styles that they can cover and what they sound good singing, and I want to be that versatile. You know, yes, Need You is kind of R&B, but it kind of mixes something else in it too. Resume is straight up R&B. You can't deny it. Day after day, day after day after day. Once I put that out, you guys are gonna see what I'm talking about. No Rush is like freaking EDM mixed with trap, mixed with this and that and that. And so like I have been playing around with different styles, seeing which one works the best. But like each time I get in and make a song and put music down, there's always somebody who likes one song or the other song or the other song. Anybody that I let listen to them, and I feel like I want to be that kind of artist, the kind of artist that does not fit into any one category. I mean, except for country, I feel like I'll never do a country song. Maybe I'll cover one, but I'll never like actually write a country song because I'm not I don't. Mm-mm. But I've sang rock songs. I've sang uh, songs that are like tropic house. I mean, I've done it. I want to do like a Nigerian kind of mix on a song. Like I want to do something like that because I've been like obsessed. I've been obsessed with African music lately. Like I've been like following Davido and Wizkid and oh my gosh, a whole bunch of other people out there. Malik Berry, and Afrobeat. Like I love them so much, and I want to definitely do something with them. But I don't want to like I want to do it justice. Like I want it to be authentic. So I'm trying to get together with one of my friends who's actually Nigerian. I want to get together with him and make the song. 'Cause he doesn't he does music a little bit, but he's not like an artist at all. But I want him to be a part of the project because I never really want to step into somebody else's culture without like understanding it and being able to identify with it, you know. Um, so yeah, cool stuff. Where are you? Why is it so quiet? I'm in my room. I've only ever recorded in my room like twice. Once for like a review for I think The Gifted, and I think once for a live stream. I barely come in here except when I go to sleep. The only reason why I am is because downstairs it's loud, like loud. Um, my brother is watching Incredibles 2, and in the room next door, my mom is watching Greenleaf. So there is no way that I can possibly go. As soon as I go down there, I'm going to edit and I'm putting my headphones on. Mm. Jasmine Sullivan. Of course. Let it burn. I was just listening to that song on my trip to Jersey yesterday. Was it yesterday? 2 days ago. I think my favorite. Oh gosh, what's my favorite Jasmine Sullivan song? I like "Holding You Down." I going in circles, circles, round and round, and why you doing me so wrong? I just keep holding you down. I feel so foolish, stupid. Yeah, I like that song. See how my voice is like really hoarse right now? Actually, I could do a good Jasmine Sullivan impression because my voice is so raspy right now. I just can't do her runs. Oh my god. Uh, hmm. Did everybody leave? Hold on. Hmm. So J Nova has a song called "Try." Apparently. Hmm. Going back to something Rachel mentioned Tweet. Did anybody watch Tweet? They had her on a BET video. BET had her on, even though you know BET is somewhat canceled. I did like what they posted about Tweet, and they did a whole interview with her, kind of going through her like through her history and kind of her career and what she's done and kind of where she's at now. I like her story. You know, she literally was out here trying to hustle and make music and stuff for her and her child and everything. And she got in with Missy and stuff, and things took off, and it was good. Hold on, as I'm going. What did you say? Who? Oh God. No, goodbye. Don't you dare. Stop. You know, this so shady. Stop it. She's like, I hope Patty doesn't forget the words and start asking about where her where her background singers are. Do you watch the Terrell show? I do not. You keep on asking me if I know these people, watch these people. No, I don't watch Terrell. I know who Terrell is. I know that he does a song association. Actually, I'm wanting to do a song association video, and I think I'm gonna do it with my friend Alexis whenever I get the chance to. We could have done it before, when I was at her house this past weekend, but no, no. But I do that anyway. Like anytime I know my brother with that. Anytime he says something, I'll sing a song that goes along with that word. So I feel like I would be really, really good at song association. But I don't hello. I don't watch a lot of the other content creators that do like similar things to me, and it's no shade. I just don't, because I don't find, well, obviously I find what I do interesting. I like to keep to myself when I'm doing this and when I'm forming opinions, when I'm doing, a whole bunch of other things. And he's somebody who has like a huge following too. So I feel like anything that I don't want I don't want to ever feel like I'm borrowing and taking or being like heavily influenced by another YouTuber that does similar things. I just don't. So I'm trying to, just be who I am here. Obviously, I'm still going to do the reaction thing in the future. Maybe not in the next couple of weeks, but in the future, I will. But for right now, I'm trying a new thing for the channel just because I I don't know. It's just difficult for me to get in front of the camera right now, other than for live streams. Live streams are always going to be like this. It's more personal, whatever have you. So it's easier for me to come on here and do that. But as far as recording actual videos, I'll see. I'll see how that goes. But for right now, I'm gonna have to deal with the commentary thing and listening to my monotone voice. I hope I'm not late to the party. There ain't no party. This is chill. And you get to see the inside of my messy room. I'm not showing you everything because what happened to Wendy Williams? Lord, that's a whole like discussion in itself. So Wendy Williams. So obviously, if you watch her, if you don't, then this is not going to affect you at all. Yes, I'm lying down. Leave me alone. The video is actually dark, like there's nothing showing. How is that possible? I can see myself right now. Oh, see, this is some bull crap. Hold on. That doesn't make any sense. Hold on, we're gonna turn and look at the ceiling. Can everybody see my ceiling? This is retarded. I have a bright ass light on. Nobody can see this. This is a mess. This isn't making sense. Oh my god. Like, what the hell? Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm going to close this out and start